I'll sing a line and you'll sing it back. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. It's music time. This is Taking Notes. Let's play that intro song. We're taking notes. We'll have some rhythms and some games. We're taking notes. We'll sing some songs and learn some new things. Welcome to Taking Notes. I am your host, Miss Bauer, and we are going to have a great episode ahead of us, and we're going to introduce some new musical segments. So first we have I Got Rhythm, then we have Back to Basics. We're going to come back to the desk for Who's That Composer? And we're going to wrap it all up with some miso soup. So without further ado, let's go to I Got Rhythm. For I Got Rhythm, we'll be heading over to the rhythm station to listen and write out some rhythms. So let's get to it. Welcome to I Got Rhythm. Here we're at the rhythm station and we're going to learn some new rhythms and refine our old skills. So we'll have some practice rhythms on the board and then we're going to pick a challenge rhythm from our beatbox. Let's get started. So with number 1, I'm going to play it for you with my metronome. I'm going to clap it. And you can keep that steady beat and it's going to help you figure out this rhythm. So let me clap it for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me clap it one more time. Ready, go. So we're going to work through this. We know we are in 4/4 time, and this top number means that we are going to have 4 beats within the measure. So we're going to count up to 4, and if you put a 5, you know you've gone too far. And we also have a bar line here, which means something specific. So we have this note right here. It's a quarter note, and a quarter note is one sound within a beat. So 1. And we know this always starts on 1, so we're going to write 1 in there. So we are done with beat 1, so we're moving on to the next number. This beat looks exactly like the other beat. If I put a single number here, what would be my next number? It would be 2. So my quarter notes, so 1, 2. Now, I have my eighth notes here, my paired eighth notes. Remember, it's 2 sounds within one beat. That's why they're connected. So if I am now finished with beat 2, because it's only 1 sound within the beat, I'm on beat 3. So I know I'm going to put the beat 3 there. But is this beat 4? No, I have 2 sounds within one beat. So what am I going to put there? I'm going to put the and. Remember, it goes 3 and. The T, T, number and. So I'm going to put my and there. So now that I'm done with beat 3, I'm on my final beat. We have 4 beats. I have 1, 2, 3, and my final beat is a 4. It's just a quarter note. So let's work through this again. Let's pat the beat and say the rhythm. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I hit my 4. Now I have this thing called a bar line. A bar line tells you you're at the end of the measure, at the end of our 4 beats, so we're restarting. So would this be a 5? No, there's no 5 beats in a measure. It's only 4, and we're in a new measure. We're going to start again with our 1. But know that if it was just a quarter note, it would be 1 and we moved on to the next beat. Is this a quarter note, though? No, these are paired eighth notes. What do I do when I have eighth notes? I add in and. So 1 and. Now, if we look at the next beat, this beat looks similar to the beat before. But would it be 1 and 1 and? No, it wouldn't, because this is not the beginning of the measure. So what is after 1 but 2? And if they look the same, what did this second note have? It had an and. So let's put our and there. Now, we're going to look at our next beat. Does our next beat look like the beats before it? It doesn't. It's a quarter note. Quarter note is one sound within a beat. I'm on my next number. My next number is 3. And finally, I have my fourth beat. My fourth beat looks like beats 1 and 2, so if I have the number 4, what am I adding after? I'm adding that and again. So let's just try this second measure, clapping and counting, counting to the beat. So second measure, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. So now what we're going to do is we're going to clap and count the rhythm all together. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. Let's try it again. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. Great, so now we're going to move on to number 2. Remember, I am in 4/4. Again, I have 4 beats of the measure. If you put a 5, you've gone too far. Let me clap this for you and see if you can figure out the rhythm before we work on it. So 1, 2, ready, go. So I'll do it one more time. Remember, keep the beat. That's how you know how many counts of sound went into the beat. So 1, 2, ready, go. Now, as you can see, for these two things, I rub my hands together. It's because there is sound within here, even though it's not written out, and so you're still rubbing up the note. There's still sound that's happening. So I'm actually going to put a double bar in there because this means something. So let's start out again. We have our paired eighth notes, and we've looked above. What does it look like in our example above? Looks like this. And we know at the beginning, always know that if you start looking at a rhythm and you're writing down the counting, the start of every measure is gonna be 1. We know this is a new measure because of this bar line right here. Now, I have my second eighth note. Is that a 2 or an and? It's the and. Now I have my quarter note, which is 1 sound within the beat, and if I'm moving on, I'm done with beat 1, which means I'm now on beat 2. Now this thing's interesting. This thing is a half note, and a half note, instead of this is 1 sound, the quarter note is 1 sound within a beat, and eighth notes are 2 sounds within a beat. The half note is now 1 sound that takes 2 beats. So it takes 2 beats for the sound to be completed. So if we're on beat 3, are we just going to leave it beat 3? No, because you wouldn't count it as 1 and 2, 3. You would not count it as like that. So it's encompassing 2 beats. It takes up 2 beats. So this is how we're going to show that the 2 beats are paired together. Is this like connective 3 and 4. So how we would say it is 1 and 2, 3, 4. So that is measure 1. Let's clap it. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Now I had my bar line, so I start again at 1. And this right here is a whole note. A whole note is different than a half note. As you can see, the half note has a flag on it, has the stem on it. And so this is my whole note. My whole note takes up 4 beats. It's a sound that continues for 4 beats. So I have 1 here. Again, I would not just say 1. I would actually write out the beats. So I know it's 4 beats and it takes up that whole measure. Sorry, that is a 3, 4. So let's clap and count this entire pattern. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, off. Know that you do not stop on count 4. It takes up 4 beats, so you should keep rubbing your hands all the way until beat 4 is complete. Not the start of beat 4, but the end of beat 4. So let's pick up a challenge rhythm from our beat box. Ooh, this is a cool rhythm. Let me erase this so I have room to write my new rhythm. So the rhythm I am writing down is in 4/4. So we know it has 4 beats. I have a bar line. Ooh. And a double bar line telling me it's the end. So let me clap this out for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is really challenging. We're gonna clap it again. So 1, 2, ready, go. So now let's work through our numbers. So these are half notes. Remember half notes take up 2 beats, and we're in 4/4, and so we have 4 beats to complete within the measure. And know that the start of every measure starts with 1, no matter what. So we know this is 1, and this is a 1, because there's a bar line here. So if this takes up 2 beats, remember we would go 1, so it takes up 2 beats. So I have 1 beat here. What do I need to add? I need to add my second beat. Remember, my connected beat. Now, if this is on 1 and it's 2 beats, what's my next number now? So I have 1, 2, I'm going to start on beat 3. But again, this is 2 beats. I did not write out 2 beats yet, so I got to connect them. So 3, 4. So I have 4 beats, and now I have labeled where my beats are within my rhythm. So now I meet my bar line. I have my 1. This is all the same beat, we know that. So would this be number 2? This would be an and. Now, what's my next beat? We're done with beat 1, which means we're on to beat 2. If this is beat 2, but it's a half note takes 2 beats to complete. It's 2 plus something else. What should I write? A connected and 3, which means my quarter note is on the final beat, which is number 4. So let's say this entire rhythm together in time. So keep beat on your shoulders or your legs. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Now let's clap it. So, and say it. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Wow, what a challenging rhythm. Our next segment is back to basics. We'll be looking back at things we have learned and we'll be reviewing. Let's head over to box theory. Welcome to Back to Basics. We're going to be reviewing some terms that we've looked at, and we're going to actually put them in context of what it would look like in music. So let's look at our piece. So first we have this right here, which is going to tell us what type of notes we have. So what is this called? It is called a treble clef, or G clef. So our treble clef is here, and it's telling us that we have higher notes, not lower notes. So the next thing we're going to look at is we're going to look at up here. Either I have a word, allegro, or I have this thing as quarter note equals 120 beats per minute, which is also allegro. Can anybody tell me what allegro means? Allegro means fast or bright. So allegro symbolizes how fast, or this object symbolizes how fast or slow we go. What is the term for what allegro is? Allegro is a tempo. So the tempo tells us how fast or slow we need to go in a piece of music. Now, if we come back, I have this thing 4/4. Now this top number, my numerator, 4 means that there are 4 beats within the measure, which I can tell because I have 2 quarter notes and a half note. So I know there are 4 beats within my measures, within my bar lines. And this bottom note right here symbolizes which note gets the beat. Since it's a 4, my quarter note gets the beat. So my quarter notes would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know this is a measure of 1, 2, 3, 4. The quarter note gets the beat. But what do we call this thing in music? What is it? We call it a time signature. It tells you how you should count time and what the time is. Where is the beat emphasized? So my last thing I'm looking at these letters. I have a piano, a mezzo forte, and a forte. Can anybody tell me what piano means? It should mean soft with a good tone still. Mezzo forte? Be your speaking voice, mezzo forte. A little bit louder than your speaking voice, but if you're in a group project. And then forte, a strong voice with good tone. So what do these represent? These represent how loud or soft we need to be in a song. So what are they? What are they called? They're called dynamics. Now I put the dynamics in different places. I put it on the first of the beat, so it's on beat 1. It's on beat 1 on measures 1 and 3. But this dynamic's on beat 3 of the measure. Dynamics do not have to always be on the first beat of the measure. They can be anywhere within the measure, symbolizing where your sound needs to grow or decay. So thanks for learning back to basics. See you next time. Wow, did you know that we gained most of our music theory from looking at Bach's works and creating a set of rules? Well, talking about composers, it's now time to play the game, Guess That Composer! So I'm going to be giving you some facts about this composer, and then we're going to tell you about them. So, fact 1. This composer has written over 1,000 pieces of music. So many. Fact 2. Their first competition was called the Soda Fountain Rag, and it was not written down because they did not know how to read and write music. And for fact 3. This composer used to play baseball, but after being hit in the head with a baseball during a practice game, their mother said it would be safer for them to learn piano. So who's this composer, you may ask? None other than Edwards Kennedy, Duke Ellington. Duke Ellington was born on April 29, 1899, and passed away on May 24, 1974. He was an American composer, pianist, and leader of a jazz orchestra, which he led from 1923 until 1974. His career spanned more than 60 years. While being a giant influence in jazz, Ellington embraced the phrase beyond category as a liberating principle and referred to his music as part of a more general category of American music. Ellington was noted for his inventive use of the orchestra and jazz big band. Let's listen to a little bit of Take the A Train, performed by Duke Ellington and his orchestra. This song is meant to represent the A subway line in New York City. After listening to this song, I really want to sing some songs, so let's head over to Keyboard Corner. Hello, welcome to Me So Soup, where we're going to be singing songs with solfege. So our solfege, I have my chart right here, and in today's song we're going to be using 3 cymbals. We're going to be using Mi, Sol, and La. So let me sing our song first, It's Raining, and then I'll teach it to you. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. Went to bed and he bumped his head and he didn't get up in the morning. So let me teach you one line at a time. We are in C major. We are on Sol, so it's raining, it's pouring. Your turn. It's raining, it's pouring. My turn. The old man is snoring. Your turn. The old man is snoring. bed and he bumped his head. Went to bed and he bumped his head, and he didn't get up in the morning. And he didn't get up in the morning. Let's sing it all together. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. Went to bed and he bumped his head, and he didn't get up in the morning. Great singing. Wow, that was a whirlwind of rhythms, review, songs, and even a composer. Well, we'll see you next time.